Hey, Daddy, let me get a dip in.
Just call me Daddy.
Oh, man. Money, see. Alright, so we're at Banters Hard Cider in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, with our bartender Steve over here. Wanted to get a little bit about your story, man. How'd you get started?
Yeah, it all started with a family trip to Ontario, Canada. We visited a local cidery there. We always try to make it a point whenever we're on vacation, visit a cidery, winery, a brewery, whatever happens to be in the proximity. But we visited a local cidery there. They're called County Cider Company, and it just kind of blew me away. You know, I had always messed around with like making beer and wine at home, but I tasted that. It was phenomenal. Everybody in my family loved it, so I was determined to replicate what I tasted that day. And you know, after several attempts at making it and nearly poisoning my loved ones, we finally found something good, and I got pretty consistent in making it, so we kind of ran with it. And here we are, probably about 13 years later, and I guess they weren't blowing smoke. I mean, I guess I was onto something good. So, yeah.
Can we try some of your goodies?
Yeah. Let's drink.
I'm excited for this, man.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start you guys off with the flagship. That one's called Overcast. We call it Overcast because of its cloudy appearance.
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can have that one. I'll take the next one.
As we go down the list, you guys are going to notice that almost all of our ciders have that same haze to it. None of them are crystal clear. It's because we don't filter any of our ciders. The process is a little bit longer, but we just kind of let nature take its course and let everything settle out on its own. And oftentimes that's the byproduct of an unfiltered cider, a little bit of a haze. But a little haze never hurt anybody.
Yeah. You have some with us?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Kind of host what I did if I didn't.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited, man.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really good.
It's a nice balance of tart and sweet.
Definitely,
kind of crisp. It's not going to make you could drink a few of them. You know, it's not going to make your teeth chatter. It's not going to give you a headache the next morning because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
But
Is that accurate? 7.9?
7.9. Yeah.
Woo.
It doesn't taste 7.9
Not at all. It's dangerous,
so they
man.
can be a little dangerous.
Yeah, I can see why it's the flagship one.
Yeah. You know, it's what people know. You know, basically.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't want to call it basic, but it's a standard apple cider, a standard hard apple cider. You know, it's got the appley nose on it. It's got the apple taste. You know, lightly carbonated. So this is our flagship. Yeah, this is first cider I ever made.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
This is this one?
That's
Not
the first
this
one?
This is, this,
Dude, I was gonna say what?
You know what? Next one. This is the first cider we ever canned here. This is bone. We call it bone as in bone dry.
Okay.
There's just not a lot of sugar left in that juice. This one will really remind you of a dry white wine. But yeah, this is the first one we ever put in cans, like I said. The artwork's done by a local artist. His name is Earl Kessler. We're putting Overcast in cans on October 5th, and he also did the artwork for that too. But it's you could see it's got the vulture on there, super dry setting there. Yeah, we get a lot of compliments on the artwork. But.
Dude, and that's so important too. I mean, I'm like one of those consumers. If I see something nice, I don't know what it is, I'll just take it.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know, it grabs your eye for sure. Now this one, legally, you can only put something less than 7% in a can for resale. So is about 6.9%. So we really pushed it to the limit.
To the limit,
You know, we like to
Towing the line.
See how far you could go.
give you some bang for your buck there. You know? So
It's a beauty, man.
yeah. So
really
cheers.
nice.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna cheers after every one. So
Let's do it.
this one kind of resembles, you know, with the bubbles in it and as dry as it is, it kind of resembles a champagne a little bit.
Yeah, kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been like the funnest thing, I guess, from this whole journey?
just being able to be creative every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, sometimes you get pigeonholed in a 9-to-5 job, and you know, you feel like a robot after a little while.
For sure.
Like you're reading off a script. Everything becomes so automatic, and you know, this allows me on a day-to-day basis to be completely creative. For better or for worse, it's my creativity. You know, whether it's with, you know, the ciders that we make, naming them, some of our social media posts, it's all creativity, and that's, you know, it's one of the most rewarding parts about this job.
Yeah. I want to try the dippins. I don't know.
Dippins.
I like
I'm
sweet
gonna go with
stuff.
salted caramel.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
I like
caramel. I
that.
love salted caramel. Man,
That's really cool.
I wonder if you
wanna
can
try
see
it.
the consistency, man. It's so nice and like brown.
This is like,
I'm so interested. I'm so intrigued by this, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can see why you call it
That's a
dippins.
caramel apple right there.
oh yeah, definitely. Wow. Definitely get that
I like
sweetness
this,
in there, that's
man.
for sure.
You can taste the caramel too.
You really can.
This one is it's delicious to drink. Yeah, as you said, it has a different kind of consistency to it. It has a darker appearance, but
Yeah.
it's an absolute bear to make.
Yeah.
As you might imagine, the caramel has a tendency to just kind of settle at the bottom of your tongue. so you really have to do your best to kind of wake it up every few days, mix it around in the juice, and then let it settle in for about a week or so before it's ready to get carbonated and kegged.
What do you do about that? Do you do
Wow.
it like back here?
We actually contract brew through a place in Allentown. It's called the Colony Meadery.
Alright.
So basically, I use their equipment to make my cider.
Nice.
We've been doing it for 4 years. We have a great relationship with those guys, it's just a 600 square foot tap room isn't really conducive to production. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I think some of their tanks might actually sink right through our floor, but it's worked out. It's worked out pretty well so far, and they've been really great to work with.
This I feel like has a good like bubbly consistency. Everything you have so far.
Yeah.
It's almost like your stamp of like this is Uncle Steve.
I
You know?
appreciate that. Thank
It's so good, man.
Yeah, speaking of which, where did you actually get that name from?
I am uncle to
Uncle.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 great nieces and nephews. And before I was a dad, I was an uncle. And besides dad, uncle's my favorite thing to call. So
that's where the nickname came from.
Yeah. And you know, I could have just went with Steve, but you see on the website I put Uncle Steve. There's two people that I know off the top of my head in the cider industry. Reverend Nat. he's got a great moniker there. And the Jim Cook from Sam Adams.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
But maybe if I threw like an uncle or
I like that. I like that, man.
it's weird to ask your customers to call you dad.
Daddy.
That is kind of weird.
Hey, Daddy, let me get a dippin'.
just call me daddy.
Oh man. My name's Steve.
If somebody just says like, "Oh, Daddy, can I get a pizza over here?"
Yeah, it sets a completely different.
How many kids you got?
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny. So you said you're starting to try to expand and stuff. You have what's like your big goals, like your future goals, like where do you want to end up eventually?
I mean, ultimate goal is to become a national brand. I don't think it's out of reach. You know, there's a lot of people that are making good to great cider right now, and I feel like the quality of our cider, we could be mentioned in that conversation. You know, it's just aligning yourself with the right people, the right situation, and I don't think that is an unrealistic goal. We also have these coconuts. So, I want some of these coconuts. These coconuts.
So you think it's endless, the type of combinations you could possibly make out of a cider?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, what were we talking about earlier? You tried a
coffee?
plum and coffee.
Yeah,
Plum and
coffee.
And it was phenomenal, right?
Oh,
It was
so good, man.
Yeah.
so good.
So I think the possibilities are endless with cider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your like signature like cider?
It's got to be the Overcast. You know, it's the one I've been making the longest. It was, like I said, it was the first cider I ever made. But it's, you know, even though I've been making it for 13 years now, the recipe is still evolving. Like it tastes completely different now than when we first started with it, and that's because our customers are evolving as well. You know, maybe they don't prefer the original Overcast that was slightly sweeter than the one that you just tasted. You know, and you know, I don't plan on ever being comfortable or stopping with Overcast. You know, we'll continue to find different apple varieties to make it better, and yeah. Probably right now the Mojito is my favorite one. It changes seasonally, you know. Ask me in 3 months from now, I'll have a different answer for you. But Mojito, it's so refreshing, so easy to drink, and we should probably try that.
I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say.
4 guys in.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love that cider.
The taste of the orchard, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm running in the forest, man. I'm just
Yeah.
Feels like
this is good.
the mint starts
This is
at
good.
first.
Yeah.
Right after is the mojito.
Yep.
Just like
Yep.
hits you.
I definitely, the
Crazy.
mint definitely is the strongest flavor, I feel like.
Yeah, it's definitely the most present. You don't have to search too hard for the lime, it's there, but the mint is
Yeah.
gonna get you right up front. And it's what you get in the nose too, so.
I mean, I don't know if you're a local to here, but was there a reason to go to Stroudsburg? Because it feels like the perfect setup, literally, for a cider house.
I am a local here. I've lived here for 30 years now, so long enough to call myself a local.
Yeah.
I think.
Wow, 30 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
But you know, Stroudsburg is. I love this town. I really do, and it's, you know, we have a great core base of loyal customers. We get a ton of tourists in from New York and New Jersey. There's never a downtime here. You know, summer is the summer. You know, it's vacation time. You know, fall, we've got a ton of people coming up here to, you know, just to watch the foliage in this area. Winter is ski season, and then spring, you know, we're right back to tourist time again. So it never really slows down here. It's a great town, and because of our proximity to New York, Philadelphia, you know, it seems like a nice centralized location. If we ever did get into that big distribution that I was talking about and hoping for, you know, I think we're in a great spot to hit a lot of different cities.
Okay.
I love
Yeah, I can do
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
In the fall, like pumpkin's my favorite thing.
Well, yeah,
right?
it's
So,
gotta be.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm ready for fall, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
You like it?
Dude.
Yeah. It's not too dry. It's not too bitter. It's got, you definitely taste the pumpkin.
10 out of 10.
100% accurate.
This, oh my, dude.
Yeah.
So I think we have one more left. We've got the strawberry lemonade.
Ooh.
Dare I say we saved the best for last.
Really? Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
We might have to have that. Sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude. I feel like I'm a kid again.
Yeah. That is so good. That's that strawberry lemonade right there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm getting drunk or something, but they keep getting better. They do. I don't know.
Well, you just said that was their best seller. That makes sense.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. The best seller, but
You tricked us, like to get to the best for last.
People love the iced tea. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't around as long as this one, so it could have competed with it. But this one, we just constantly sold out of it.
Jesus
Just
Oh,
kept getting a lot
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
dude, I'm feeling this, man.
It's good.
That is,
I like that.
That was really good.
That's really good.
I vibe with every drink. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
really.
I don't know.
This takes it overall for me.
Like, what would you say to somebody who's trying to take the same journey you have, start their own thing and stuff like that? And I know that we heard your story and how difficult it was. You heard a lot of no's before you hit a yes, and like that's like the true American success story, where it's like keep trying until you get your yes. But like, if somebody else had that same problem, other than, you know, just keep trying, is there anything else you'd advise when you get that type of situation?
You know, it's scary. You have to take a leap of faith at some point. But when you make that cider and you know, then you know. You know, now you know it's time to go to the next level, and it'll hit you like a punch in the face. Like, you know, big guys know. You know, you know, it's when you know you're there, you know you're there, and it's time to go to the next level. And that's basically what we did. And I'm very proud of every single cider that we have on tap right now. But I'm also, at the same time, I'm not satisfied, and I'll keep working to make every single one of them better. Keep coming up with new and creative blends, and that'll be that. Yeah.
So what actually motivates you to pretty much do whatever you do? Just wake up in the morning. What motivates you?
You know, it's. I would imagine a lot of it didn't come out in our conversation, but I'm probably one of the most competitive people you've ever.
Yeah, we didn't see that.
I will compete at anything. You know, I never let my kids. Since they were at a very young age, I never let them win anything.
Oh my God! That is a great story for life.
I'll go outside and I'll practice soccer with my daughter, and she'll say, "Daddy, you can't try your hardest." No, I'm not playing. Always try your hardest. Always keep competing.
Hey man, I love that, man. Yeah.
That's it. You know,
That's a pretty good dad.
Yeah.
Instill it in them
I
early.
want to compete to that.
Instill it in them early.
Going and going.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
I am very competitive, and I do pay attention to how people rate us and what people say about us. I'm constantly on Untapped, looking at all our ratings and the comments that people say. So that inspires me to do better. And as long as we're on the topic of Untapped, there are over 60 cideries in Pennsylvania, and Banters is ranked second out of all of those ciders.
Okay.
There's Arsenal Cider in Pittsburgh, and a huge shout out to them. Those guys do a phenomenal job. True inspiration. And then there's Banters Hard Cider in Stroudsburg. We're number 2. So
That's awesome.
that's been probably my proudest accomplishment so far.
of course.
But again, it also shows that there's room for improvement, and we'll continue to strive to make better ciders.
Can people order online from you?
Right now, Bone and Overcast are the only 2 that are available online.
Two best.
We ship to 41 states. So yeah, people can go to our website and purchase ciders from there.
All right, man. Thanks for having us.
It was a pleasure having you guys here. Thank you so much for visiting. Hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Dude.
Of course.
I love it. Cheers.
Hope you leave more buzzed than when you came.
Definitely will.
No
I
question.
get some food after this.
No question.
Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely, guys. Anytime. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Dude, I thought the Overcast, right off the bat, Overcast was the strongest. It got me like in another zone, man. I felt like I was vibing with that one so much. You know?
It's hard for me. I want to say that the flavors were definitely one of the most accurate that I've actually had since we've been out and about. But every flavor got a little bit more better as it went on. So I don't really have a favorite. My pumpkin was definitely something I was looking forward to. That didn't disappoint at all. I just feel like the flavors were very spot on. And like, if you want something that sells as advertised, you definitely need to check this place out.
Yeah, it was definitely like pretty much like when you taste each cider, it tastes so different. It would just like wash your mouth.
Yeah.
And it would just like boom.
I don't know,
But it's hard to explain it, but it's like my experience is like boom. It's like one of those. Like, boom.
Boom.
With the boom.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, love you.
Click, subscribe, like, comment, the whole thing.